What was interesting at EGX this year was the noticeable absence of a dedicated Xbox or Microsoft area, and Nintendo were conspicuously absent entirely. Now, Microsoft did have some sections in the 18+ area for Gears of War 4, which they were showing off, so they did have some presence, but it wasn't as big as in previous events. Now, Nintendo, on the one hand, I kind of get maybe why they weren't there. They're winding down the Wii U, and the NX is not ready for reveal, and it's not ready for the public to see. But they do have Breath of the Wild still coming to the Wii U, and I think that would have really done a lot for Nintendo. You know, I kind of am a bit disappointed that they weren't there with something to show. They're not completely winding down everything. They do still have things in development. It just would have been interesting to see some of that, as has been seen in other events like at Gamescom and E3. I managed to book an appointment at one of the HTC Vive demonstrations. This was actually Crow Team, who makes Serious Sam, and they were showing off a really cool sort of enhanced reality game, which was Serious Sam in VR, and they actually had a really big minigun plugged in, which was really cool. Probably a bit unwieldy if you're using it in the home, but for a convention, really cool. Really kind of immerses you into the game. It was really interesting just being able to aim up, down, left, right, fire just by moving this minigun, which actually had a spinning barrel around in the 3D space, and that was seriously cool.
So Rebellion had a developer session here at EGX talking about Battlezone, which is their game that they're bringing out for the PlayStation VR. Battlezone actually came out originally around about the 80s and was maybe a lot of people's first experience with a kind of VR style of game. But they've updated it and brought it into the modern age and done something a bit different with it to get it into the PlayStation VR, which is going to be exclusive for. It looks really good. They've got loads of different tanks, different weapons. You can customize your vehicles with different loadouts. There's lots of different enemy types. And what's really interesting is the campaign is actually procedurally generated. You start off on a hex map and you explore, as you complete missions, different hexes as you try to go to the generators and eventually go to the volcano. But the missions will be different every single time. No one will have quite the same campaign experience as they go through. And that's actually quite exciting because it gives you a lot of replay value in the game, and it's something I'm really looking forward to. It's probably going to be a day one purchase for me for the PlayStation VR. So Horizon Zero Dawn has been available here at EGX. It's actually been incredibly popular. They've been having to take people signing up to book in for appointments and sessions to actually get in. The first day we were here, the queue was immense. There was no way you were getting in. We managed to get in today on the final day, which is fantastic. What they were doing is they're taking people in and showing them a gameplay trailer for Horizon Zero Dawn, and then going through a live narrated gameplay session with the guys on stage playing it, and it looks really good. Some of the mechanics look kind of familiar to other open world games, but it's something that's going to be quite exciting to play, and we've got someone on the PlayStation stage.
What I didn't manage to say before someone came on the PlayStation stage and ruined the remainder of the audio for this clip was the actual graphics in the game were really sharp, really cool. I'm not 100% certain if we were playing on the PS4 Vanilla or the PS4 Pro, but it did look very good, very shiny. The actual play area was very restricted for the demo. It didn't give you the full open world that Horizon Zero Dawn is going to have, and I kind of get why. Obviously it is kind of the first public look, the first public playable version of it. So I think they did a really good job. I did quite enjoy exploring the area that they had, encountering the enemies that were there. We were not allowed to take any photos or videos, so unfortunately I can't show you any gameplay footage of what I saw. They did live stream the developer session on Twitch, where they had the same kind of live narrated gameplay experience that we saw before we went and played the game. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below.
Guys, that is the end of EGX Day 4. I've had an absolutely fantastic time here over the 4 days. It's been amazing. There's been some really big games. I've really enjoyed playing them. The atmosphere has been incredible. Everyone's been so full of energy. You've got all the amazing indie games. You've got the AAA titles. Big presence from PlayStation, PlayStation VR, Horizon Zero Dawn, Final Fantasy 15, the massive chocobos. Everything has been absolutely brilliant. I think my camera person's enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed it, camera person? That's excellent. I have to say I'm a bit sad to be going. This is the kind of thing I would love to be able to just do constantly, but unfortunately real life beckons and I must answer the call. So thank you for joining me and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, Ziz!
Go back further.
Where?
Go back.
I can't, there's a wall. I can't!
Go back.
I can't!
Go back.